Hello everyone, so in another special video, you can see I'm in Noscea, and I'm actually going to do the Postmaster, or Post-Moogle, whatever you want to call it, quests, and there's a reason for why I'm doing this, and you'll find out later on. Anyway, Wincing Winemonger. Have mercy, my wine is my livelihood. Ruggedin Ruffian. Quit your covering. I just ain't looking to steal nothing. Just be wanting a ship, that's all. A big ship, An adventurer. Thank the gods. This brute means to rob me of my livelihood. You must stop him. Icy water. Or ice cold water. Close enough. It's always the same thing. Alright, you're asking for... Hark. Erg. Lovely. You're a godsend, friend. I tell you, that brute is a menace to honest merchants everywhere. You will find him and bring him to justice, yes? Since it's part of my duty, I guess so. And you're saying the same thing, so... we need to head over that way. And I'm being lazy, even though he's like right there. Have mercy, woman. I didn't mean the little man no harm. I just had a few too many harg. An old foe of Batterins. Ain't that rich? Harg. I'm the best bloody mate the old jerk's ever known, whether or not he's willing to admit it. Right. Name's Telswain, a sellsword of some repute myself, though more for my prowess with a flagon of ale than a spear at my back. It's not something to brag about. No, you'll see me blaming Batterin, nor you, of course, for the soggy welcome. I dare say I earned it on my last trip to the wench. As a matter of fact, I've even brought Batterin a small token of apology. Just me own way of saying sorry for all the troubles I've stirred up at... Well, bugger me to the 7th hell and back again. I left the bloody bag back at Mummersford Arms, was it? Forgive me, lass, my memory's still a bit hazy. I'll go back and search myself, but in addition to not knowing quite where I came from, I'm still feeling a touch... queasy. Be a good lass and retrace my steps for me, will ya? With any luck, the fellow there, darned if I can remember his name, is keeping me belongings safe and sound. AKA, that means we need to go to Summerfold, which is over there, and still we're in here. Hello, stranger. What brings an impressive-looking young lass like yourself to my humble orchards? The bloody drunkard. Of course I remember him. How could I not? Left his mark all over the bedding and floor, and this after I went out of my way to furnish his room with a proper spitting box. His belongings? I had my hands plenty full cleaning up his foul spew. If he left anything else behind, like as not it's still there. You're more than welcome to explore, though I'd suggest you keep you watch your step and hold your nose. Particularly if you've just eaten. Okay. Leather satchel. Fortunately we don't get to see any of that. Because it looks clean in here. He worked hard. And back into the car. Telswain. Back, are ya? Did you happen upon my belongings, mayhap? Just a small satchel, nothing too fancy. Leather satchel. A worn leather pouch filled with a pair of old 100 gil coins. Okay. Bloody brilliant. Aye, from the moment you doused me with that wet stuff, I knew I'd made myself a friend. Don't know about you, but after all me troubles today, I've worked up quite a thirst. No, you haven't. What say you join me at the wench? First pints on Batterin. Har har. No. But with that said, we need to go back to there, and I'm not sure why I was going to teleport when the entrance is literally right here. That's sad. I'm also not sure why I opened up the hunt log. I guess that's me jamming keys. And we need to speak with Batterin, who's over here. Batterin. Ah, welcome back, Celebrian. You've my apologies for getting you mixed up in the dealings of a couple of old sellswords. I have a pint of my finest, and regardless of what you might have told ya, Taleswin's paying for all comers tonight, including yours truly. You've not changed a whit, Batterin. Still a thankless bloody jerk. Har. It doesn't take long for him to get drunk. Thankless? Me? Says the insufferable sot who won't be content till he drinks his so-called best mate of a house and home. Mark my words, Taleswin, if you conveniently forget to pay your tab this time, I'll aunt you to the 7th hell. Batterin acts all tough, but trust me, just a moment ago he was going on about how happy he was to hear you were safe. Here, this one's on the house. I hear it's your favorite. Yeah, needn't worry, Lash. Old Taleswin and your master go way back. Gone soft if you ask me. Why, back in our day, you couldn't call yourself friend to Batterin till he'd drawn steel on you at least twice. And I shall consider myself fortunate that we only became acquainted more recently. But do tell, good sir, what is the story behind those coins? The remnants of some hidden treasure, mayhap? Treasure? You and I both wish, Lashy. No, I fearish little more in the memento of days long past and none too well remembered. Back when Batterin and myself were still wet behind the ears, a grizzled old veteran, lest he looked grizzled to a couple of young pups like us, took a liking to us. Took us under his wings, as were. It was a kindness, days when kindness was hard to come by. Carried with him these ear coinish, he did. See the face of the spinner? Said ere his gaze watching over him was what kept him living, where all his old mesh dish and tendency to end up dead or worse. Hick. He's almost coming in and I'm almost coming. Hi. I can't speak. He can't speak. Chanced upon him a fortnight ago. On his deathbed, the poor jerk. Said he had lived a good life, but his lucky had finally run its course. Didn't have much to leave behind, save for his lucky coins. Coins he wanted to leave to a couple of not-so-young pups, that they might enjoy a life as long as his. Touching tale, indeed. Now, perhaps you can answer a long-held question of mine, good sir. Why ever would a sellsword as renowned as Batterin forsake his blade for the life of a glorified barkeep? You've not heard the hick story? Mind you, a detail or two might have slipped on my memory, but I'll give her a try. 'Twas 20 years ago, or thereabouts, when the realm finally at peace, or something resembling it, the great mercenary captain had a plan. This man, a living legend if ever there was one, brought all the sellswords who were itching for a new fight under one roof. So it was at the Adventurers Guild born, and there were no shortage of eager applicants. Aye, everyone and their uncle was looking to be an adventurer, save for one young boy, the son of the very man what founded it. The boy wanted only one thing, to follow in his father's footsteps and make his name as the greatest sellsword who ever walked the realm. Did the boy give up his dream? Did he reckon he'd already achieved it? Can't say for sure, Lashy, only that the boy is now a man, and the man standing behind the counter of the Adventurers Guild, dispensing advice to young glorified seekers like Celebrian here, and ale to old drunkards like meself. Must you admit it? Is this true? Why that would mean Batterin's father is none other than... Shabji, I pay you wipe the tables, not wag your bloody tongue. Now get back to work before I throw you back out in the gutter where I found you. And just when things were starting to get interesting. And with that, Batterin, I'd best be on my way. Spent on more time round that lovely lass, and this lonely old sellsword is like to get hick jealous. Besides, if I empty your cash today, then will I drink on me next visit? Or what will I drink on my next visit? Har. Aye, walk away while your legs still hold ya, ya blundering oaf, and come back any time for a pint of me finest. I'll see it dumped right over ya fat head. Did he pay? And now we need to return to the Post Moogle. Post Moogle. If it isn't my dutiful assistant, I trust you fared well on your first assignment. Do tell me all about it, Kupo. Why, you don't say. Podrin has never been an easy customer to please. Why, he nigh pulled out my whiskers the last time I dropped a letter in a flagon of ale, but it sounds like you've made a fabulous first impression. As your senior, I couldn't be more pleased with your effort, and with myself for having discovered such a talented new recruit, Kupo. But this is no time to rest on your laurels, oh no, for each day brings a new letters, and the deliveries that await will take you even further afield. I dare say you might encounter clients who will make old Podrin look like a cuddly chocobo. But it's all in a day's work for my able assistant, yes? When you're looking for your next assignment, you know where to find me, Kupo. And we get options of fingers sandwich, black truffle risotto, pan-fried mai, or a land trap salad. Well, I'm gonna go for those, just because whatever. With your successful delivery, your reputation as letter carrier has grown. And it will always amuse me, the little thingy. And now for the next quest. Or next quests, since we have two of them. The Deputy Post Moogle has a smile on his face and a letter bearing a Gridanian address in his paw. Well, if it isn't my favorite assistant, back and eager as ever. As a reward for your zeal in your duties, have what should prove to be a positively delightful task, Kupo. I have a letter here addressed to Mother Mion of Gridanian's Caroline canopy. I can just feel the warm rays of the sun trickling down through the leaves, a piping hot cup of tea in my paw. Why, I've half a mind to deliver the letter myself. But let it not be said that the Deputy Post Moogle keeps the more pleasing tasks for himself. No, the job is yours, and you need not so much as ask for it. Happy message carrying, Kupo. And we'll also pick up this other one. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night will stay the Deputy Post Moogle from unloading work on his subordinates. Well, look who's back. I'll give you 3 guesses what I have in my paw, and the first 2 don't count, Kupo. Why, yes, a letter. However did you know? It's addressed to Momodi, the ever-charming proprietress of Quicksand and Ulda. Sounds like a pleasant enough assignment, wouldn't you say? But this is no ordinary letter. Oh no. I have strained my eyes for any sign of the sender's name, but it's nowhere to be found. An anonymous epistle? Sounds like a task for my most capable assistant, Kupo. And so we'll go to Ulda first. I don't think it really matters the order. Momodi. Oh, if it ain't Celebrian. Good to see an adventurer who remembers where she came from, even after becoming all famous and the like. What brings you to the Quicksand today? Letter to Momodi. A small envelope addressed to Momodi Modi of the Quicksand in Ulda. A letter? Next thing I know, you'll be sprouting a pom-pom and ending every other utterance with Kupo. Oh, how curious. It would seem the sender's forgotten to sign the envelope. Oh, my beloved Momodi, my riches could buy all the jewels in the realm, yet none would shine as bright as thee. Said that you will be mine and... blech. Good gods, no wonder the letter was anonymous. No man in his right mind would claim authorship of such a hackneyed, pretentious load of... Momodi, my love, I see that my mellifluous missive finds you looking as beautiful as ever. Oh, it's you! Why do I find myself entirely unsurprised? I've lost count of how many times I've spurned your shameless advances in your face. Must I now do the same in writing for you to get the bloody message? Shameless? You wound me, Momodi, my love. Why, my advances are possibly shameful. That's not the right word, is it now? Ahem. Picture the scene. A mysterious letter, a secret admirer. Is it so outlandish for a man to think that the subtle romantic approach might stir the flames of passion in his beloved's heart? Says the fool standing before me for the 3rd time this week, still sporting the same ridiculous jacket. guest clearly lacks the courtesy to introduce himself, so allow me. This is Thomas So-and-so, son of the spice merchant someone or other, and the richest, most eligible young bachelor in all of Ulda. Forgive me if I've forgotten some of the details. I've only heard the story some 20-odd times now. This is Celebrian, the woman who wasted her precious time hauling your rubbish halfway across the realm. Is that so? Smashing work, my girl. Remind me of your name again later, and I'll be sure to put you on the guest list for when my lovely Momody and I are wed. You see, my love? The adventurer's efforts were not for naught. No, you need only promise your hand to me. Promise that forever, my Momody, and mine alone you will be. In person or in ink, my answer's the same. Come back when Thanalan freezes over, so I can reject you again. Alas and alack, but I should have known. Yes, that hairpin that adorns your lovely locks speaks loud and clear. Admit it, Momody. After all these years, you still harbor feelings for him. Why, you have some nerve walking into my place of business and spouting such nonsense. Nonsense, my beloved? Is that so? Rumors around about that hairpin, that it was crafted for you by an old flame, that it has not left your shapely head for so much as a day since the calamity. If you lost a childhood love when the lesser moon fell, you have my sympathies. But this is a new age, my dears. Time marches on, and we must march with it. Oh, and did I mention that my family is among the richest in the Sultanate? Hell, it's just how thick is your bloody skull? A man crafted my hairpin, and yes, there was a time when I felt something for him, but such days are long past, and today I needn't compare you to anyone I didn't compare you to anyone to find you thoroughly repulsive. Besides, I'll have you know that the man who crafted this still lives. What's this? My rival in love still lives? Ha ha ha! As long last, my task is clear. I must seek out this pretender and prove once and for all that I, Thomas, am the only one worthy of my dear Mobody's hand. Adventurer, I would request your aid. Together we will seek out this man, and you will serve as an impartial judge to determine who is worthy partner for Miss Momody, he or I. Rest assured that you will be suitably compensated for rendering the proper decision. And with that, let us begin our search at the Goldsmiths' Guild. I shall wait you there. I'll wait you there. It's funny how she always wants to hear the gossip about the adventurers' loves lives. And now hers is kind of forefront. Mimidesu. What's that? Mobody's hairpin, you say? Why, that was Momoroto's work. Momoroto? Now there's a name I have not uttered in some time. Destined for greatness, that one was. Could have been the second coming of Nilfrisen. Why, he'd been with us for a scanty few years when a commission came in from the Sultana herself. Slaved away at the peace day and night, till one day when he rose from his workbench and walked away. Some said the pressure of expectations grew too great to bear. Others that his heart was never in his craft to begin with. Still others said that it was a broken heart that drove him away. The guild lost a talented goldsmith, and I lost a friend. A man's life is his to live. Last I heard, Momoroto was passing his days as a fisherman in Crescent Cove. If he's found happiness, I don't begrudge him his choice one bit. Thomas, to think that my rival for Mobody's heart has been lurking in her very midst this whole time. You have my thanks, Master Mimidesu. Rest assured that Momody and I will spare no expense when we commission from your guild our wedding rings. Come, adventurer, to Crescent Cove. And apparently we need to go to Crescent Cove, and I'm actually going to teleport. Alrighty, and over here we see a Momoroto who's down over there. And funnily enough, what's he doing? Fishing! Shocking. Not. Not a bite. Ah, well, tomorrow's another. What brings a mighty adventure to this lonely fishing hole? This doofus. This is Momoroto? A shabby-looking fellow indeed. But what did I expect from a craven who threw away his chance at fame, love, and glory because he couldn't bear the pressure? Oh, the ignominy of it all. She turns down my gifts of jewels and gold, yet adorns her fair locks with a trinket cobbled together by a languid Lollafell who stinks of sardines. He is a fisherman. What a twerp. So nobody's actually wearing that old thing? You'll get no argument from me. I hardly deserve it. Nor did I deserve her. Perhaps I once did. There was a time when I dreamed of being the greatest goldsmith in the realm, and a time when such dreams seemed within reach. The young Momoroto may have been worthy of Momoti's hand. But the dreamer is no more, and you'll see me mourn his passing. And you'll not see me mourn his passing. Not all dreams were meant to be followed, and not all of us were destined for greatness. But a fishing pole in his hand, a creaky pier under his bottom, and old Momoroto's a happy man. Can you believe this? Oops. I would ask you to judge which of us— I'll read what he said in a second. I would ask you to judge which of us is more worthy, but I think we can safely say that I'm the victor by default. No. To the quicksand adventure. My future bride awaits. No. Ah, so that's what all the shouting was about. The young man's taken a fancy to Momoti, has he? I'll say this much. He's got good taste. Doesn't seem like all that bad of a fellow. Bit oversure of his own abilities, perhaps, but no more so than someone I used to know. When I gave that hairpin to Momoti years ago, she refused to wear it. Said it meant too much to her to risk losing. As to why her heart may have changed, who can say? But it's not for love, this I know. Those days are buried in the sands of time. Whether that will avail your love-forlorn friend is another matter entirely. And let's see what that doofus said. Can you believe this? My travels have taken me to the far corners of the realm, and never have I seen a man so lacking in ambition, enthusiasm, or even vaguely redeeming qualities. The irony. And back to Ul'dah we go. Comedy. Just between you and me, Celebrin, I was hoping you managed to lose him somewhere on the way. I have done my part. I sought out this Momoroto and heard his tale. The tale of a coward who has not deserved you since the day he fled this city, forsaking your love and his future in the process. That's not what it went. A worthy suitor stands before you, a man who promises to do everything in his power to bring you happiness, and who has the courage to put such words into action. I implore you, my beloved, undo that hairpin, free your hair from that has-been, and give unto me your hand. Listen well, 'cause I'll repeat myself no more. I've no feelings for Momoroto, and sure as hell's none for you. This hairpin, it's a symbol of all those who would dare to dream. A symbol and a warning. Momoroto and I were old friends. He used to come by the shop where I worked and regale me with tales of all he hoped to achieve. He burned with passion in those days, like yourself, with less style and more substance. As a wide-eyed girl, I was drawn to the dreamers. I urged him on at every opportunity. When I heard he was making something for the Sultana, I near screamed, "This is your chance, Momoroto! Craft the masterpiece I know you have in you, and you'll go down in history. You won't live and die a nobody." So I told him over and over until he came no more. I went to the Goldsmith's Guild only to hear that he had resigned his position. 'Twas then I saw the error of my ways. All the time I thought I was encouraging my friend. I was only piling on to a burden he never wanted to bear. And so you wear the hairpin out of pity for the man? No, not pity. At first I felt so ashamed that I didn't think myself worthy of wearing it. Then the lesser moon came tumbling down and everything changed. At first we thought we'd lost everything. And slowly but surely, we began to pick up the pieces and dream again. Seeing the proud faces of those who could rise to the call and rebuild our realm, it rekindled passions in my heart I hadn't felt in years. It was then that I finally discovered a dream of my own. To stand with those who could fight for their dreams, and to give them strength in any way I could. This is why I stand here today. And yet, I must never repeat the mistake of my past. Adventurer, artisan, or angler, one's true dreams, one's true strength, must come from within. This is what I learned from Momoroto, and this is why I treasure his memento to this every day. My beloved, could there be in this world a more sensitive soul? The 12 should be the 13, for you, my dear, is the goddess of dreams and compassion. Hitherto, I knew only your physical beauty, but I have seen the true beauty of your heart and soul. I'm lost without you, my beloved. Make my dream come true and promise to stay by my side forevermore. Have you not been listening to a single word I said? I've devoted my life to support an adventurer's dreams. Women like Celebrity here who are too busy fighting for a realm to waste my bloody time. But my beloved, our love too may yet save Noscea from the shadows. Well, now those are the first interesting words I've heard come out of your mouth. Prove to me that there are more than just words, and maybe, just maybe, I'll reconsider. Does this mean I have a chance? How merciful indeed is the goddess Momody. I'll not fail you, my love. Today I take my leave. When I next return, you will know the true breadth and scale of my dreams. And you, my good woman, you have opened my eyes today, and for this you shall be well rewarded. You have my word. You will be in the front row for the festivities when my goddess and I are wed. Finally, some peace and quiet. I doubt he'll be showing his face here any time soon, but who knows? He'll not be the first man I've seen change. Any road, thank you, Celebrian. No matter how far we come, we can't forget the past. And thanks to you, I've been able to do some much-needed reflecting. And we have the options of sauteed coral, lava toad legs, pineapple pons cake, and a tomato pie. I'll go for that. Not because it sounds appetizing, but just because it's helpful for my character. With your successful delivery, your reputation as letter carrier has grown.